The military may be there to protect us, but soldiers themselves have had their fair share of otherworldly encounters. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 strange reports involving the military. A soldier's eyewitness account. Our next story is a true eyewitness account from a soldier in the military. Names and other sensitive information have not been disclosed in the following account. I have served in the military for several decades, and I want to get my story out there. I don't want to release any personal information as I'm still in the military. My first encounter happened in 2006 in Iraq, and during this sighting, it wasn't just me who witnessed it. Others were in the area that day and also couldn't understand or explain what it was that we were looking at. The craft appeared for a few consecutive nights before vanishing, but during these sightings, all of us were able to view the object and point out various characteristics. This was helped in part due to some of the equipment that we had. The best way to describe the aircraft appeared to be in the shape of a boomerang and was easily over 50 feet in length. We needed to track this object and note its location along with what it looked like in case it was the enemy. However, it soon became obvious that this wasn't a traditional aircraft. The first night we saw it, we were standing just outside of our remote base. This large boomerang could be seen in the distance, making no noise and occasionally dropping in altitude. We grabbed a pair of binoculars and could see that this aircraft seemed to be under intelligent control. The moon was around 11 degrees above the horizon, and using that as our marker, we estimated that the unknown object was approximately 8 degrees above the horizon. The object looked very smooth and had a grey or silver look to it. There were no visible lights on the aircraft, but it was so big that we were able to see it without any illumination. After being in the sky for several minutes, it moved past us and into a region of the sky that we had no visual on. To this day, none of us are sure what this thing was, how it was able to hover in the sky without making a noise, and where this aircraft came from. It looked much more futuristic than anything I had seen before. Once I got back home, I talked to an old friend who is also in the military, and we got onto the subject of strange aircrafts. They told me that while being stationed as a security guard, they observed strange aircrafts above the base and said it was like they were observing the bases. As soon as jets tried to intercept these aircraft, he said they would watch them vanish in front of his eyes. He said that he's not sure if any of those jets ever got close to the aircrafts, and couldn't give an answer for what they were or why they were so interested in the base. A US Marine's strange encounter. Terrell Copeland's story is one that's fascinated many. The former US Marine is from Virginia and details that he's had several strange encounters, even going on to say that one of these mysterious aircrafts visited him. In 2009, he and 1,500 people held a secret meeting in a small New England town. The meeting was attended by those that were interested to learn more about mysterious aircrafts and advanced life forms. In the meeting, Copeland opened up and revealed that back in 2005, he had witnessed a mysterious triangular craft in the sky, saying that it was hovering above a shopping center. It's important to note that these triangular-shaped aircraft are somewhat of a mystery, as there's some believers that think this craft belongs to our military, while others say that due to how fast it can fly, it's likely too advanced to be one of ours. The second encounter happened 2 years later, in 2007, in which he said he was able to capture one of these strange aircrafts from his apartment building. He is quoted as saying the following: "It was an orb of light, just a big ball of light. It wasn't moving. One was solid white, the other was directly across the street from it, up to 300 feet above ground, and was changing colors very rapidly." After this, he published the video online and was interested to see what people thought of it. Not long after posting the video, he reported that he had a knock at the door. When he opened it, he said there was a mysterious man standing there, and when questioning the strange individual, they responded by saying that he was a military contractor and wanted to talk to him about his recent sighting. One of the questions the man asked was, "Do you believe that the US government is in contact with otherworldly beings?" However, for him, This was only the beginning, as after these encounters he would go on to experience lost time, sleep paralysis, and even abductions. He details that back in 2006, he was abducted by a large craft, and when he came around, he could see there was a woman in front of him who didn't quite look human, noting that she had human features, but also that she had large black eyes and an elongated skull. Japan orders military pilots to report their strange sightings. Most of the time, military agencies tend to deny the existence of these strange aircrafts altogether, but not in the case of Japan. The island nation's self-defense forces were given new directives in 2020 and new measures for when they come into contact with unidentified objects. In the name of national security, Japan's actions seem to point towards an admission of strange activity around Asia. The former defense minister, Taro Kono, spoke during a press conference in September 2020. Kono explained that military personnel are required to make video recordings of any unexplainable activity that they encounter, and that the footage will be examined rigorously. The military has also been ordered to investigate sightings that are reported by members of the public as well. Strangely, the press conference was one of Kono's last public actions as defense minister before Japan's government reshuffled in the middle of September. This comes as an extra surprise when Kono had previously shown skepticism around this kind of activity, saying in April of the same year that, frankly speaking, I don't believe in these aircrafts. Following statements made by the Japanese Defense Ministry, there are no instances where the self-defense force personnel have recorded strange activity. Yet, Greg Sullivan, the director of the Japan Center for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, said that the Defense Ministry is claiming ignorance on purpose. According to Sullivan, there are at least 6 supposed incidents between pilots and strange aircrafts on record. These 6 have all been reported to the government. In late 2009, Yukio Hatayama, former Prime Minister, and his wife Mayuki Hatayama said that she had an extraterrestrial experience 20 years before. Of the incident, she said, "While my body was asleep, I think my soul rode on a triangular-shaped aircraft and went to Venus. It was a very beautiful place, and it was really green." According to sources, her husband and Prime Minister said to her that it was most likely just a dream. But what do you make of these mysterious encounters? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.